In spite of our pain, we laugh, we move, we cry, but it brings healing.
Now at 11, grieving parents are sharing their stories of gun violence, how they're finding strength after losing kids and coming together to help others. And a game night for a good cause, how Cincinnati celebrities showed up for expanded hope and healing through Maddie's house. Plus, in Washington, we're tracking changes to tariff policy after the Supreme Court's latest ruling, what the president is promising to enact and what legal experts say happens next.
This is WCPO 9 News at 11.
Thanks so much for joining us on WCPO 9 News at 11. I'm Sean Delancey. After a dose of spring temperatures, they are dipping, and that means some more snow is on the way. Let's get right over to WCPO 9 meteorologist Mark Stitz to check on timing. The colder temperatures did not stop thousands of FC Cincinnati fans from seeing today's home opener at TQL Stadium, and the Queen City pulled out a win. Final score 2-0 against Atlanta United FC. Kevin Dinky and Nick Haglund scored late goals to secure that season-opening W. Fans were ready for this one with a parade and pregame party, obviously making for good luck before the whistle. We spoke with one fan before the game who said winning home games is a good feeling.
Yeah, it's the first game, opening day, it's a big crowd, and we got love at my FCC fans. When they win it, it's a good day. When they lose, it's so quiet when they come out of that stadium.
Not quiet today. The game kicked off with a concerning start, though, with two-time MVP finalist Evander going down less than 15 minutes into the game. Sports anchor Caleb Noe will have highlights in just a few minutes. A few of Cincinnati's brightest stars answered questions Hollywood Square style tonight, all in support of mental health and addiction services provided by Maddie's House. That was founded by our very own Steve Raleigh and his family in the wake of his daughter's death by suicide in 2019. Stars on the panel included George and Vicky Foster, Patty Collins, Freak Bass, and broadcaster Marty Brenneman. All of the proceeds will go to Maddie's House, which is a safe, supportive community center for people struggling with mental illness. Julie Raleigh tells us services are expanding, and this helps them meet the need.
We have doubled our numbers. We have over 3,000 members that we serve. They come and use all of our free services, and being our biggest fundraiser of the year, all the money goes to building the Silease Wellness and Fitness Center, and we're only $400,000 away from our $2 million mark, and we're going to put the shovel in the ground this spring.
Maddie's House offers struggling young adults a place to fill time, find friends, and feel hope with activities every day at their location on Kipling Avenue. Of course, no parent should have to endure the pain of losing a child, but for some, that pain is a reality. That's the story for parents in the group A Mother's Voice, who've all lost a child to gun violence. WCPO 9 News reporter Alex Knoll shows us how they're turning grief into a shared mission. Campbell County Police tell us they found the body of a missing person this morning. Officers found them inside of a crashed vehicle in a creek running along the Ohio River. Police say that the search started last night around 8 p.m. after officials received an iPhone crash alert and a missing person report in Melbourne. The Boone County Water Rescue Team searched nearby 9 Bar Lane overnight, including the use of sonar scanners. Then at 9 o'clock this morning, first responders found the body and the vehicle a significant distance from the iPhone alert location. The identity of that person has not yet been released. Next, one of the 4 people who ran from a stolen car leading police to shooting and killing Ryan Hinton last year has been arrested again. This time, Sincere Grigsby faces aggravated robbery charges. Court records say Grigsby pointed a gun at another person on Wednesday, took $230 from them, and then fled in a car. He's back in the Hamilton County Justice Center now. Grigsby faced multiple charges in connection to the incident last year. Court records show he pleaded guilty to 1 obstruction charge and was sentenced to 2 years probation. You may remember the day after Ryan Hinton's death, prosecutors say his father, Rodney Hinton Jr., hit and killed Sheriff's Deputy Larry Henderson with his car. Rodney's case is still ongoing. President Trump is raising the threat of new tariffs again after the Supreme Court ruled that his emergency tariffs were a tax that only Congress can levy. The president now says he's putting a 15% tariff on every country. That's up from 10% just yesterday, using a statute allowing him to impose tariffs for only 150 days. This comes one day after the Supreme Court struck down Trump's cornerstone economic policy. The president called the ruling anti-American, and now there's a big question. Some $142 billion have already been collected from the original tariffs. So how does that money get returned?
Even the Supreme Court in their briefing used the word, "this will be a mess," in quotes.
I'm ashamed of certain members of the court, absolutely ashamed, for not having the courage to do what's right for our country.
Well, this week, we spoke with business owners about the Supreme Court decision. Some say they're hopeful that it will bring down the cost of imports. One owner in Over the Rhine tells us she's thrilled about the decision, but she's unsure how manufacturers will react.
Of course, the very first initial reaction is that I'm super excited. However, I kind of want to proceed with caution because I don't know what can happen. And that's kind of what this whole last year has felt like.
We also talked to the owner of Ludlow Wines in Clifton. He believes prices in his industry will largely remain the same. 2,000 companies have already sued the Trump administration to get refunds for the original tariffs paid by some 300,000 importers. Authorities in California have confirmed searchers have found and recovered all of the bodies of the missing skiers who died in an avalanche earlier this week. The avalanche happened on Tuesday near Castle Peak, not far from Lake Tahoe. Searchers recovered 5 of the bodies on Friday night. The remaining 4 bodies were found today. 6 women and 3 guides died in the avalanche. 6 other people survived. Still ahead, the Winter Olympics are flying to an end. We have the latest medal count with big memorable moments for local cities represented in Italy. And it's never too late for a furry Valentine. How to find your next best friend at one of the year's biggest adoption events coming up. One of the region's biggest pet adoption events is underway. My Furry Valentine is happening at Spooky Nook Sports Championship Mill in Hamilton this weekend. Hundreds of adoptable dogs, cats, puppies, and kittens are waiting to meet you. Today was the first day of the event, and they're back tomorrow from noon to 5. Our Jennifer Ketchmark caught up with Cincinnati Animal Care Shelter earlier this week. They say every adoption makes a big difference.
So last year was about 150, so it's a huge adoption event for us. It means so much to our population. As the county shelter, we see about 9,000 animals a year come through our doors. Those are all animals in Hamilton County, with the exception of a few transports that we'll do to help out with like this little girl. But it's an amazing opportunity for us and for all of the other participating local shelters and rescues. I love you.
Tickets for tomorrow are just $5, and you can find those on the Cincinnati Animal Care website. Ooh, it's starting to feel like spring. The Cincinnati Home and Garden Show is back this weekend at the First Financial Convention Center downtown. You can check it from 10 to 6 tomorrow. It'll also run all next weekend. It's $15 to get in, $13 if you buy tickets online. Kids 12 and under are free. And while you're there, you may see this garden gnome on display. Good Morning Tri-State anchor Frank Marzullo and his family decorated it. The gnome will be auctioned off for charity to benefit the Cincinnati Nature Center. Hundreds of soccer teams have traveled to Warren County this weekend for one of the top showcases in the Midwest. The Ohio Elite College and Junior Showcase is happening at the Warren County Sports Park through tomorrow. More than 200 of the top girls teams are getting to play in front of nearly 150 college coaches from multiple NCAA divisions. At least 8 of those teams are girls from Cincinnati West. We caught up with the president, who says tournaments like these really help the players shine.
The great part about this is the kids get to play the game they love. They get to, showcase their talents and get the opportunity to continue their, collegiate, athletic, scholarships. And while they're getting their education, it's just a great platform for everybody.
Last games of the tournament are happening tomorrow, and some of those women will go on to play college ball because of their time on the field this weekend. The Winter Olympics are wrapping up tomorrow, and Cincinnati native Connor Curran is bringing home gold. Curran helped Team USA secure a gold medal in the free ski team mixed aerials today. The 21-year-old landed his jump for 113.72 points, helping launch USA to the top with teammates Chris Lillis and Kayla Kuhn. This was the Cincinnati-born athlete's Olympic debut. The win secured Team USA's 11th gold medal for this year's games, the most gold medals in the U.S. in Winter Olympics history. And another Tri-State native barely missed the podium Friday in the men's halfpipe. Lawrenceburg's Nick Gepper crashed in the halfpipe finals, falling 22 feet. Gepper was attempting what commentators called one of the hardest tricks ever tried in competition. The 31-year-old finished 4th. In an update today on Gepper's Instagram, he said he sprained his MCL and bruised his knee bone, but said, quote, "I wanted nothing less than to come home with a gold medal. So I wanted to put it all on the line and go for a never been done in competition, and I don't regret it." All right, here's the updated medal count for you. Norway still in the lead with 40 total medals. 18 of those are gold. The U.S. is in second with 32, 11 gold medals. And Italy in third with 30 total, 10 of those being gold. Germany, Japan, and France round out the top 6. All right, you got to see this. In Alabama, a special black kitten is looking for a forever home. This is Dobby. He was born with a rare genetic mutation that left him with an extra set of ears. The 7-month-old is currently in foster care. He also has a short curled tail caused by his condition and a severe underbite that will require surgery. Dobby's current foster mom says he is irresistible. Finally, the iconic Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is back in Cincinnati this weekend. That 27-foot-long hot dog on wheels will be at the Cincinnati Museum Center tomorrow from 10 to 2. That's after today's stop in Mainville. If you've never seen the Big Bun, here is your chance. I remember as a kid seeing this thing, driving down the street was like seeing Bigfoot out in the wild. You had to scream and point at it. It was fantastic.
There's the Peanut Mobile, too. It roams around the country.
I have not seen this Peanut Mobile.
Saw it a couple of years ago. It was as interesting as the Wienermobile. But out there tomorrow is going to be breezy for all the hot dog lovers, and it's going to be colder. 33 for a high. That hit and miss snow will be out there throughout the day, but like we talked about, any accumulation stays under an inch, and we keep it cold Monday.
Back to bundling up. That'll do it for WCPO 9 News at 11 this Saturday. We're always on with breaking news and weather updates. WCPO.com. Join us back for Good Morning Tri-State bright and early. Take it easy, everybody.